You're watching a rain simulation that has rain and splash animation and is all in real time? This technique does not require water simulation and is super easy to do with the help of geometry node, and I want to share it for free for everyone because why not? Maybe some of you will create even better setup than this, or maybe some art pieces that utilize the technique in this video, and I can't wait to see all of them. So for the meantime, don't forget to download the Do It With Me file in my Gumroad, and when you're ready, then let's go! Someone once said, delete the default cube, so I'm going to do just that but with an explosion. After you successfully delete the default cube, let's duplicate this plane and place it up here. Also, let's rename the plane so that we can find it easier. This will be our emitter, and the rain is going to emit from this plane. But how do we keep creating rain every frame? Well, Geometry Node can help us with that. Let me introduce you to the simulation zone. So to understand the simulation zone, imagine we have two actions: create points and move existing points. Now with simulation zone, this action can be executed at the same time every frame. So if I go to the first frame, you can see that the points are created, but because there was no point in the previous frame, the second action is basically skipped. Now if we move to the next frame, both of these actions will be executed. The existing point moved down and a new set of points will be generated. I'll switch between the two really quick so you can see the difference. Now as the simulation continues, new points will be generated and existing point will move down, and that's really it. Now it's your turn to make that into reality. Open your Geometry Node editor and create a new node setup. Grab the simulation zone. This is the most important node in this video, and we want to add some more onto it, which are the create rain node. This is a custom node that simply distributes some points with some custom attributes on a geometry. And also we want the set position node so that we can control and move the points. Now modify the offset a little bit so that the rain falls in a negative C direction and place it in between the simulation zone. Then plug these nodes together with a joint geometry node like this. After that, plug the group input and the group output like this. And that's really it. This geometry node setup basically mimics what I just showed you before. It moves existing rain down and creates new set of rains every frame. Try playing with the animation. You should be simulating rain within Blender. See? Simulation zone is super easy, right? Oh, thank you. By the way, why your face like that? Yeah. I'm sorry. There you go. Good as new. Now as you can see, the rain does not collide with the ground, but how do we check if our rain has collided with something? Hey default cube, can you help me over here? Okay, imagine our default cube is falling with constant speed and he's going to hit the ground, but without any collision detection, he's going to fall forever. Now let's try again, but this time we put an arrow on top of his head, and this arrow can tell us whether he sees an obstacle or not. So as our default cube falls down, we can detect when he falls through the ground. You can also think of this as casting a ray in the direction, and when the ray sees something, it will tell us. And the node that can do just that is the raycast node. And I'll add this setup before the node so that I can control the fall distance easier. Make sure that the vector math node is set to scale and with the value of -1 because we want to shoot the ray in the opposite direction. Now once again, let's make the rain falls in a -C direction. And add this setup for the target geometry and set the collection info to relative. Now let's select the ground and we want to put this in a separate collection. You can press M and select a collection called collision. Now let's select the emitter and select the collection in the geometry node. Then let's separate the points that already hit from those that don't using the separate geometry node. Then plug the isHit output to the node. Then for the point that already hit, we want to add a set position node after and plug the hit position into the node, which will freeze the rain in the position that it hits the ground. Then be sure to plug it to the joint geometry too. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Currently our simulation is just some points, and in the next part we will instance some geometry on top. Oh, what is that? You got a package? Oh, what is this? Oh, holy, that's awesome! Thank you, Default Cube, you're such a savior! Now that our default cube has created rain and a splash animation for us, we don't have to create the model by ourselves anymore. In the file, you'll see collections called rain and splash, which contains meshes that we can instance on the points. Now we will instance the rain mesh on the falling points and the splashes on those that already hit the ground. And of course, we will use the instance on points node for that. Now let's add two of them and plug each of them to the falling points and the points that already hit the ground like this, and plug it to the join geometry node. Be sure to turn on the pick instances too. Then add two collections and choose the splash and rain collection. Then make sure to turn on the separate children and reset children for both of them. And don't forget to plug them. And now, because our instances and points are mixed together, we need to add a separate components node and put it here. Then plug only the point cloud to the geometry. And now look at that, see? Geometry node is super easy. The splash is not animating? Oh yeah, you're right. Oh, I think it's because by default the instance on points node picks up random instances from the collection, and because we haven't plugged anything into the instant index input yet, so that's why it happens. So if I manually set the index to 0, the node will only show the first frame of the splash animation, and if I pick 1, it will show another frame, but that just applies to every splash that happened. We need something that can change the frame automatically. Whoa, what did you do to the raycast node? The hit age? Wait, oh, that's genius! Okay, now the raycast node can keep track of how many frames since the rain has collided with the ground. This should work! Let's try this node out. Plug the ray direction, the target geometry, the points, and then its hit and the hit position here, and most importantly, we want to plug the hit age. This should automatically select the object in the collection for us. Then let's see if this works. Hey, let's go! Thank you, Default Cube! And that's the power of raycast node with some custom attributes. Now for those out there who want to create their own splash animation, let me provide you with an example. If I want a jumping cube for my splash animation, I will need to create a collection and initially put just one cube in there, and then I need to duplicate it and edit a bunch of time to create each frame for my animation. Then I will have to update the max hit age according to the number of frames in my animation. So if I have 7 frames in my animation or 7 objects, then I need to change this to number 7. And then I need to select the new collection here too. And there you go, bouncing cubes. And lastly, we have arrived at our last challenge. All of the hard parts are already finished, and all you have to do in this part is just to have fun. Enable the rain and splash collection and select one of the objects and press new material in the material properties, and just have fun with the shader. I'll just use this material setup which you can find on Gumroad. And once you are done with the materials, you can select the other objects in the rain and splash collection and make sure to select the object with the material last. Then click copy material to select it. And there you go. Hey! Congratulations everyone! You did it! You've created rain simulation within Blender. And now everyone can create rain. By the way, you can also get the advanced version of this setup which you can find it on Gumroad. It has the feature to animate on tools, bounce on some walls, and ripples. If you do have any questions or suggestions, feel free to put them in the comments. Also, you can always DM me on Twitter if you are stuck on any part of this tutorial. Lastly, thank you so much for being part of this. I've talked to many people, made a lot of friends, and it's all because of your support. Stay positive, and I will see you in the next one. Happy blending! I finally finished this tutorial. I hope he got the message. Oh well, we'll meet again anyways. Hey buddy, it's Tawan. Are you having a good time? I don't always give you the easiest time. I always delete you and you always end up in the cache folder every time. I even blew you up today, but I want you to know that you made my channel better than I could make it alone. I will be away for some time, so before I go, I decided to upgrade your home. There are more graphics, it looks modern, and there are also some stars in the sky, so you can always have something interesting to look at when I'm away. It's just a little thing I can give you for now, and I hope I can give you more in the future. Well, I hope you have a great rest of the year, and I can't wait to come back to make more projects with you.